The government shutdown persists and now it becomes the second longest in US history. But guess what? Earnings keep on moving. So it is Wednesday, October 22nd. I'm Hema Reddy. I use price action, market timing, and momentum to boost my trading and that of our tribes. And I'm going to look at companies that are reporting on Thursday, October 23rd. All right. So we're just going to look at S&P 500 components and let's dive into the charts. So I have my wall charts here with my earnings panel to the right. And the first stock in the list is PCG. Now, I'm going to only comment when I see something interesting, something telling, something that jumps out to me technically, okay? Because there's a lot of stocks reporting, and I really want to stick to what I find most useful that actually has a setup that we might be able to take advantage of around earnings. All right, so Valero Energy Company, ticker VLO, is interesting now because it's been pulling back and it has been beautifully trading momentum around the RSI power zone. So that's my favorite momentum indicator. I'm doing a couple workshops on it this week. You got a second chance tomorrow. So if you're on my email list, check your email. If you're not on my email list, go over to hemaready.com, live events, and you'll see the info. Now, this is because back in August, we held the beautiful bull sport power zone, rallied up into bull resistance twice. Again, a reminder that when a market is strong, whether it's a stock, a currency, crypto, anything else, it can get overbought more than once before the real top comes in. And we got that real top back in, let's see, early or late September rather, okay? September 26th. Now, we've been pulling back and I see something that might really be helpful, which is bringing in forecasting as well, okay? So I layer, like I said, price action, the candlesticks, the momentum, and forecasting. So I'm going to do a forecast real quick on Valero. All right, so here it is. The forecast is for Valero to trade down to about $155 by October 28th. Now, you might say, well, Hema, we came real close. And yes, we did. We got to 155.29 a few days ago. So the thing is with forecast, there's two components, right? Price and time. So we could still end up seeing a bit of a churn, although earnings release may accelerate the movement. And that time could end up still being useful as like when the low happens. Now, forecasts are not guaranteed. They're just useful guidelines, right? And I teach all that in my loss forecasting system. What I want you to watch here is the forecast in combination with this old top from July 10th. See how there's two different ways we're getting support? All right, that's when you are layering techniques, guys. You should always be looking at what is telling me that a market might make a higher low. That's coming from 2 or 3 different components of data. Price action, forecasting, momentum, maybe use something else. Okay, so I went deep on that one because it had so many amazing lessons in it. So there you've got a forecast. Again, can't hold me to it. Market cycles might change, but it's a useful guide. All right, let's keep trucking along here. Now, T-Mobile is doing something interesting. And I want you to look at this candle that's forming right now. Okay, it's the middle of the trading day. And what you can see here is the market gapped lower on its open. So let me zoom out to make that a little easier to see, right? So compared to Tuesday's range, it had a lower open right here at about 225. It traded all the way down below 220 and is already back up and has basically closed the gap. This, in line with the related speed of the market action down below, suggests that T-Mobile is trying to find a bottom. So again, the earnings release will be tomorrow and that can really kind of fuel the action. But I just want to look at it in a little bit bigger picture. And yeah, the other thing that's adding evidence is that we tested this low. Okay, this low back from June 17th, but weren't able to break below it. And that low has been held by this whole range from January. So based on this gigantic sideways range and the recent action, T-Mobile is looking like it might have some more legs to the upside. All right, let's look at Intel because it's a big name. Now, Intel beautifully ran right into the bull resistance power zone, okay? And it did so well before the top actually formed. So that's the other thing, guys. In strong markets, momentum will potentially shoot up and really surge before the price actually tops out, right? Because it's a heads up indicator. So you had an early warning here. You could tighten up stops on longs or bullish positions. And then we have this pause that's happening. Now, we didn't get much of a big top. So what I'm looking at now is support based on this low back from September 30th, okay? That's the candle that's maintaining the bullish structure. And you might say, well, why not the candle here on October 14th, Hema? Because the October 14th low has not yet been followed by a higher high above the October 10th high. You see? I'm all about watching that stair step. And it's kind of like, think of yourself on the stairs, right? You don't really let go of the last step until you're firmly on the next one and continue on. So the support is really at November 30th, or rather September 30th. And I think there's potential to keep correcting down there. The earnings release may accelerate that. And if we get that plus a return towards the bull support power zone, that might actually be a nice buying opportunity for Intel. So keep an eye, and we'll see what else we got here. So ticker NSC, Norfolk Southern Corp. I always have a hard time with that word. All right, it is showing how it pulled right into the bull resistance power zone, pull back, and that was after holding bull support. Bull resistance. This is a nice, steady uptrend, okay? This is for those of you who like nice, steady stocks, not like crazy tech that flies all over the place. And what I think is that you have a good opportunity to probably build a position back up while this is above the low from September 10th. Now, doesn't mean you stick your hand out and buy now. I would want to see all this recent consolidation have some follow through. Notice we keep getting above this October 14th high, but like not closing above it. So at the bare minimum, I'd want to see a close above the October 14th high at 292.11. Then I think you're on your way back towards 300 and beyond. All right, so those are my key takeaways for companies reporting October 23rd. If you are finding this information helpful, I've never really done anything like this before this week. Please go and give this video a like. That way I know to keep making more of it, okay? And if you are so inclined to learn more from me, be sure to visit HEMAready.com, check out live events, and you can email our team anytime at support@HEMAready.com if you've got questions. All right, continued good luck to you during earnings season, government shutdown, and whatever else the world's going to throw at us, and I'll catch you soon.